Welcome to the Literary Titan podcast. In every episode, we dive into a book we've just read and share our thoughts, from best-selling authors to rising literary stars. We read it. Now let's talk about it.
Wilbur's heart begins with a premise that sounds like a dare and then keeps following it. A failing patient receives a pig heart transplant. A bold Boston surgeon teams up with an eccentric New Hampshire device crew to make xenotransplantation viable, and what starts as a medical longshot sprawls into a story about risk, attachment, politics, romance, and the unnerving possibility that an organ may carry more than tissue. By the time the novel reaches its late turns, the book has braided together operating room tension, public controversy, and the strange afterlife of Wilbur himself, with a confidence that is half earnest, half gleefully audacious. I read it expecting a straightforward medical thriller and got something more oddball and more animated, a novel with scalpels and immunosuppressants in one hand and a streak of mischief in the other. The dialogue often has an old-fashioned, talky vigor. Characters banter, flirt, needle one another, and occasionally sound larger than life, but that expansiveness is part of the book's charm. I was especially pulled in by the way the novel keeps returning to the emotional absurdity of the central act. Not merely, can this surgery work, but what does it do to the people who consent to it, perform it, defend it, fear it, or begin to believe in it? When the book leans into cellular memory eeriness and Wilbur's lingering presence, it acquires a pleasantly uncanny shimmer. I also admired the book's refusal to become antiseptic. For all its technical talk, it is not bloodless. It is emotional, sometimes sentimental, sometimes wry, and willing to be a little pulpy in the best sense. The final stretch won me over because it commits fully to its own peculiar weather: high-stakes surgery, grief, political fallout, romantic crosscurrents, and a last note that is genuinely strange rather than neatly explanatory. The novel throws a lot onto the table, and not every subplot lands with equal force. But Wilbur's heart has a kind of unabashed narrative appetite, and I found that invigorating. I'd hand this to readers who enjoy medical thrillers, speculative thrillers, science-inflected fiction, and character-driven suspense with a taste for ethical provocation and a dash of romantic turbulence. It should especially appeal to people who like medicine in fiction not as wallpaper, but as the engine of consequence. In spirit, it feels closer to Robin Cook than to Michael Crichton, less icy, less purely mechanistic, and more interested in the human ache and eccentricity around the science.
Thanks for joining us on the Literary Titan podcast. If today's review sparked your interest, be sure to pick up a copy of the book and experience it for yourself. If you enjoyed the episode, don't forget to subscribe, leave a rating, or share it with a fellow book lover. Until next time, keep reading, not just to escape, but to grow.